Okay, so this is another fairly specialist tool. I got this to do a bit of pipe work. You don't actually need this bend in here. You could have a straight length and then a bar end which goes up. You can fit that and then you have the angle, or something a little bit longer, something like that. In order to build the bike the way it is, the pipe needs to be bent. This is 22mm aluminium tubing. You can see it's reasonably thin, it's very light, and the reason it's 22 is because all commercial handlebars are 22.2 or 7/8, and it means that all of this stuff like brakes and bells and grip shift and all of the stuff can just be taken over from bicycles, which is obviously useful. One of the things that I had to look for was a little adapter, because these connections here, which we'll have a look at in a minute, they are 25mm, so just under an inch size. So there was a little reduction needed in order to go from 22 to 25. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bend these with a roughly 90-degree angle. We'll go with that. So how does this work? Oh yeah, the pipe goes in between. We'll put it together. The pipe goes in, this form goes on the pipe, and then you pull the thing away and that bends the tubing. Just check on the original bike to see how much. So if we do, I don't know, 5-6 inches, 16-17 centimeters. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, pull it back on yourself. Clamping will be probably good, but aluminium's pretty straightforward to bend. It's not too difficult. You can see it bends it really quite well. That looks about 90 degrees. Good. Oh yeah, and I remember it was really difficult to get out of the clamp last time. Possibly a mallet. Yeah, if we give it up. That's coming. Good. So yeah, it gives you a reasonably nice bend on it. Let's see if I can get the other one about the same. That'd be nice. What do we say? I think it was about 16 centimeters or so. Oh, that's not. They've come up pretty well. Good. We bent these, so we'll attach those and fit the rest so it's got handlebars. So in order to do this, I've used a Rosenkrieger 25 by 25 connector, and you've got a 25mm or 1-inch hole, 25mm across there and 25mm across there. 2 of those, got some handlebars, got these, and a little plastic collar which takes the dimension of this tube down so it will fit in here correctly. Then I've got some gear shifters, a brake, and that should be enough. So I will fit these up, see how it goes. There are of course other ways of getting this angle. So you've got the pivot coming up through here, and the handlebar coming off that direction. This seemed to be a good way of doing it at the time. I'll put a link to some other places where I found something similar. Because, yeah, it's a reasonably chunky bit of aluminium. It costs a bit, but not too much. That tightens down and then doesn't really move, but it does need quite a lot of tightening. But yeah, you can just move this to however you want. I think we'll have it, yeah, that way round, and then it connects directly to, I think we'll have, pull these down a bit. Got enough space? That's a bit long. You might need to cut your handlebar grips down a bit. This side, because it doesn't have the collar on, I should just be able to bash this side and it ought to go on. Oh, it's coming. Precision. Lots of aluminium swarm flying everywhere. Never mind. So yeah, that's really quite wiggly now, but that can be tightened up, which I will do. But this side, this will have to be taken off. So I'll be interested to see if this actually works, because this is also giving a pulling force on this area here. So whether or not we need that pulling force to stop this from being wiggly, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Oops. But let's see. Oh. Yeah, it's very easy to move this backwards and forwards. It might need the collar to provide additional grip. We'll see. I'll see if I can get it a bit tighter. No. Although I haven't tightened that up. Let's tighten that up. Let's have another go. Oh, answer. Not very tight at all. So this needs to be tight. Okay, if this still wiggles. Oh, that's actually good. Okay. Yeah, alright. If you push it as hard as you can still move it, but no, I think that's still viable there. Should be okay. We'll keep an eye on that, but that seems to be alright. So this one's actually going to have to be taken off in order to fit this. This collar comes off. Where's my precision hammer? Good. So put that on, line it up roughly in the direction you want your steering, your handlebars to go, and then tighten it back up. Oh, you can still see very wiggly at the moment. No. Fit this in and see if I can push the thing round. Yeah, a little bit, but we haven't tightened it up on the bar either. So yeah, same as the other side. Tighten up this screw, which clamps this onto the bar underneath. You should be able to see that. That's solid. That's very solid actually. That seems a little bit wobbly in there. I haven't tightened it. I'm an idiot. Okay, so that gets tightened as well. Now, one of the things that I haven't got particularly well sorted yet is, this is a prototype, like I keep saying, there is the cable between the brakes and the brake lever. Now, currently I'm using the original wheelchair cabling that goes from here to here, and I'm sort of bodging it into here. Now, this is obviously less than ideal. Do so at your own risk. I'll just tighten this up and then I'll show you on the original bike. On the original bike, this is a wheelchair cable. That's why it's a little bit too long and it's been wrapped around and cable tied, but it goes into here and gets bodged to make it fit. I don't really want to show that because do so at your own risk. It can be done. So the axle is done. The next video coming up, I will tackle the frame, probably starting at the front, concerning myself with regarding the individual pieces required to build up the frame and cutting the material. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was interesting. If you have any questions, please do send me a message. I'll do my best to answer them. And yeah, have a good week. See you soon.